Staying true to yourself while creating, that's one of the hardest things you'll do. Every artist, entrepreneur, and creator faces the same tension. How do you honor your vision when bills need paying? When critics don't understand? What does it actually take to stay true to yourself in your creative work? What do you risk? And what do you gain by being yourself? I'm an actor, author, and entrepreneur, and my own journey has shown me that being authentic in your creativity requires courage. So settle in, these are honest conversations about what it means to create. Today's conversation is with Julian Brittano, an actor, producer, entrepreneur, and hotelier, and we are going to explore creativity in business and what it means to create an empire around all of those creative fields. Welcome, Julian.
Hey, Nicole.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. We were just talking. We've known each other for about 10 years now.
Just about 10 years.
Yeah. And so do you want, for anyone who's not familiar with your work, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Julian Brittano. I'm from New Jersey originally. I'm been located down here now in the South for about 12 years, and I'm enjoying it. I have not been back. So I'm an actor, business owner, like she said, a hotel owner, a developer, alongside my wife, Kari. And we've got a couple other things going on as well. We have a 501c where we have that to help give back to underserved communities and those that need some extra help when it comes to education and just resources and networks in order to get them into workforce training and development.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So the hotel, I'm so fascinated with this. What sparked the idea for you and Kari to decide to build a hotel?
You know what? I have a friend who is he was working at Wyndham. He's been there for some time. He actually introduced me to the hotel world, even be able to know that we can even be involved in the hotel industry like that. And this was probably about 2017 or so, but I didn't pay any mind. I'm thinking in my mind, I need millions and millions of dollars to get a hotel. I mean, That's what we automatically assume. And so I always kept it back there. One day, Kari, she was doing adjunct professor work at a community college out in Virginia. And one of the deans of students, he said to her, hey, there's a property in South Boston, Virginia, and, I know the town manager. It's a old hotel that needs revitalization. You guys are interested? Because I know you guys are into the development space and everything. And so I'm like, sure, let's go take a look at it. So we went, visited with them. It was tore down. It was run down. It was dilapidated. It hadn't been in operation in over 25 years.
Wow.
So I said, but yeah, let's go ahead. Let's take a shot, roll the dice, and see what it is. Even though we never did a hotel, did any type of development like that before. Right. I just figured, we knew about opportunity zones. We knew about some other things that we're doing because we were doing some things out in High Point, North Carolina, with a 60,000 square foot facility. It was a former furniture showroom, that we had converted into production studios and things of that nature. And so we said, well, we learned some different components about that. So let's see if we can apply these skill sets, resources, and networks to this hotel project. And that's how we got into the hotel space. Wow.
So when did you realize that you had the more entrepreneurial spirit? Because obviously you're an actor, creator. So you've got that creative side. When did you realize that you could bring that creative side into the entrepreneurial space?
I was always an entrepreneur before I was an actor.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole thing. Like, I owned a barbershop. I had a handbag line that I designed myself.
Wow.
I know, go figure, right? I owned a studio, artist development studio out in Jersey. I had a watch company.
Wow.
A little bit all over the place with it, but that's always been my spirit. I owned a restaurant club. I did events for years. I've been in hospitality and nightlife since I was 15 years old. So you're talking about over 3 decades of just constant intermingling and networking in different spaces, because especially nightlife, because you meet everybody from all walks of life. And everybody, you know, when you're the, you know, some of the good part of the time I was security, so I was a doorman, so everybody knew me, and they would strike up conversations. They'd come out to the smoke breaks, hey, Julian, hey, this and that. And so you start to learn about other different businesses, even though that's not even what you're just there to do a job, but you learn along the way. So I've always been an entrepreneur. It's just when I got the opportunity to act and be on some great projects, it opened up the door for me to really utilize my network that I've gained and garnered over the years. And then tagged in with my wife for her ability in project management, logistics, and from the construction industry. As you know, she's a licensed GC. So I was like, well, let's just put our skill sets together and see how we can really move things forward.
Yeah. Did you always have a specific direction, or was it just trying to find what you resonated most with? Because, you know, owning a handbag line is so different than being a hotelier, you know, so where did you find that that balance, or where did you kind of really figure out what you were looking for?
Well, I just believe in entrepreneurship as a whole. So when you kind of look at it from the 50,000 foot level there, you start to understand systems and how they connect and what's needed. And when you understand workforce development and education, curriculum, all of these things are tools that's required to, I think, properly run a business. You got to have some type of acumen in it, business acumen, and you know, ability to network and talk. So I'm still doing it. When I say that, I mean I'm still developing and evolving in the space as an entrepreneur. And knowing that you need certain tools and networks and resources, I've also, over the past few, you know, a little bit of time, my team, I have a development team, and we built out what's called Block Builders Academy.
Okay.
Which is an online AI institution, training ground for workforce, entrepreneurship, and ownership. So we believe that today's society, a lot of people are going to get left behind if they don't understand how AI impacts everyday life in society.
Right.
There's a lot of companies out here that have a bunch of tools, apps and agents and AI agents, and do this and go to this one and do this and it does that, or come learn this. But it's teaching them, it's more of a consumer approach of just getting people on board, throwing the tools out there to them and saying, hey, try it. We believe that people need to be trained of what it means and how it impacts your industry, your sector, you as a person. But then we also offer tools in each discipline that we offer. So that allows me, Julian, to say, okay, it doesn't matter the industry or the sector or whatever it is, because that's how I've always been. I understand systems. And as a creative, and people understand artificial intelligence, the root word in artificial is art.
Yeah, look at that.
Okay, so that's the creative expression of yourself and learning, unlocking who you are intelligently, so that way you can know how to apply it in today's society.
Wow. And I'm so glad you said that, because, you know, my focus is to also figure out ways that we can be creative in our respective industries, right? And I feel like so many people get pigeonholed and they think, oh, you know, I just work behind a desk or whatever, and then they just stick to that, and they don't even explore the creativity that could be found within that field, or they don't look into entrepreneurship as a creative outlet because they think it's all business and business has to be structured and whatnot. So being able to have that integration of the creative side, the artistic side, the intellectual side, and the business side is really important for people. So, I mean, that's incredible that you're doing this for, I'm assuming this new program that you're building is for the younger generation, or is it for anybody?
All.
Wow.
It started off for me because of the hotel industry and the learning curve and and the different consultants that would come at me and take my money.
Right.
Okay. And everybody and all of these different things just for a performer or for a market study or feasibility study or this or that. And it's like, wait a minute. There has to be another way, a less expensive way.
Yeah.
In a way that teaches me so I can understand versus just having a consultant say, well, you don't worry about it, I'll take care of this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is my business here. This is a large investment that we're making. You're talking about for our first hotel project, it's almost a $14 million project. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
So I want to know everything. So in order for me to know everything, I have to learn it. And if the consultants aren't going to teach me, I need something else that can teach me.
Yeah.
And so that's, I started, like I said, I put it together with my development team for me and Kari, so that way we can understand, we can, number one, execute in a timely manner at a price point that is feasible for us. But then I wanted to learn. And then so as we did it, we realized, wow, these tools work. The training worked. Well, what else can it apply to? Oh, it can apply for the whole hospitality industry. Oh, it can apply to other offshoots from the hospitality. So you have hotels, you have the food and beverage, you got the management, all of that. But then you got procurement, you got supply chain, you got interior design groups, architecture, you have all these other construction.
Yeah.
So then it started to unlock itself. That's what AI does. It takes what you already have and it unlocks you so that way you can be more expressive in it. Wow. And so that's where this went and said, okay, well, let me dive into and see how else I can apply the technology in other areas and industries. And now we have almost 40 industries and sectors that Block Builders covers.
Wow.
And it's really very interesting how this came about. It's like once we got the groundbreaking done for the hotel, that allowed me the time to go in with the team, and we just been having our head down. That's why I'm very casual, super casual today. Anybody that knows me out there, I dress up usually, but it's like this is what it is right now.
Yeah, you're on the ground, you're working.
I'm in my tech mode right now. I'm feeling very Silicon Valley-esque and just do what but that's where we're at.
That's incredible. Being able to take what a lot of people are afraid of, which is AI, and being able to apply it to so many different sectors and being able to figure out a way to help other people in their industries. That's incredible. So as far as like the hotel space, I know you and I had talked about using, the hospitality industry as a whole, but specifically what you're building, in addition for it being a place for guests to come and stay, but also a place for, as a creative hub in a sense. So film production and all of that. Do you want to speak to your vision as to what you see with either your hotel or the hotels in the surrounding areas?
Well, yeah, sure. So the Rook Hotels, which is our brand that we created and developed, and we have a partnership with Choice Hotels. Choice is a global brand for those that aren't familiar with the name Choice. Very much like Wyndham, Marriott, Hilton, IHG, Hyatt, all of those groups. Choice is a top 5 group, and globally. And so with their oversight and with their leadership and guidance and assisting us in this process, it allowed us to be, they saw the entrepreneurial spirit that we carried. We went with them because of that, because I knew that was no way I was just going to just be a franchisee that just is going to be out the box and here, this is what we're doing. No, I'm so, as you all can, now, I'm very diverse in how I approach things. So I needed a group that can understand me. And the reason, even with going in the hotel space and being a traveler, someone that goes from here to there for whatever reason I'm there for, I have needs as a creator. I have, I might have to do a podcast on the fly. I may have to do an interview. I may have to do a self-tape audition as an actor. I may have to I need fresh pictures for this media outlet publication. They don't want to use stuff that's already out. They want something new, and they got to put something out tomorrow. But I'm where I'm at. Hotels typically have a business center, 2 or 3 computers and a printer.
Yeah.
That's the business center. That's not the business I'm in. The business I'm in is today's society where with social media is very marketing heavy. I need tools.
Sure.
I need things that I need on site, amenities and wraparound services that's going to apply to me as a creative. So how many other creatives are out there? Well, since COVID and the pandemic, it forced a lot of people to pivot. And when you're forced to pivot and create and be creatives now everybody has to do social media.
Right.
Just to survive now. Well, that's everybody needs these services, not just me. So that's where we started with The Rook and saying, okay, well, we're going to provide services and that a typical hotel doesn't. Right. So we're talking about audio video editing bays and rooms, podcast studio rooms, photography, on-site photographer.
Wow.
That can accommodate videographer that's nearby, a stylist that may be nearby or in-house as well as like a super concierge.
Sure, like a true co-working space almost. Most people think co-working space and it's just, a big building and you get your own little office, but you're integrating the entirety of the creative industries along with that. So people who do need to pop up one day and quickly shoot a podcast episode, or if they need to do a self-tape audition, or if they need the set, like the location for a day to do a film, or right now, verticals are becoming super popular. You're offering that space.
Correct.
So you're building an empire using the creative that you work in.
Right.
And that's incredible, because I don't even think, maybe potentially in LA, they might have places like this, but I think this is almost like a new thing that you're building, Yeah,
I believe it is. And I think a lot of, I'm not taking credit for anybody that has established anything, but I know when we first got into the space, we got some early media attention through a couple outlets and sources. And that was one thing that I definitely highlighted, because the hotel kind of space kind of came out of nowhere to people.
Yeah.
So I had to, do my explanation of why, like why hotel, like why.
Yeah.
And so that was my thing. It was like, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it my way. And I noticed, maybe a couple might have started popping up with a few components, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Because if I can be a spark for someone else to do something that's going to be beneficial for the whole, for the masses, that's fine. I'm not here to say, it's mine. Everything's mine. No.
Right.
It's ours.
Right.
And as soon as people understand that component of it and being able to collect and collaborate on that level of a tribal mindset, right? Tribe. I think it can go out and spread faster and more efficiently. And so that's just the way I think.
Yeah. Is there like a larger vision that you ultimately are building towards, or is this something that you're just in the moment, you're getting these sort of downloads from source, like, hey, go in that direction, or do you have a specific, road that you definitely you're working towards, or you're walking down?
It's definitely about mass adoption for whatever it may be. I just try to do my best to align with the right people and create the right strategic partnerships, so that way we're putting out the right products and the right services and the right platforms. So because people do look to you when you move, when you're able to move in a certain way, by default, you become a model of some sort. And I just like to be mindful of what it is that I'm projecting. So it's not about any one thing, target. It's just about being explorative and kind of being the creator in my life and saying, okay, well, let's explore. Let's see what else is out there, what possibilities are there.
Yeah.
Immediately, I guess the ground level scope of it is I want people to be able to connect. So as we even start to scale our portfolio in the hotel space, I want the hotels to serve as hubs, you know, wherever they are, so people can have a haven. They can have a hub they can come to, and they can kind of, again, collaborate and integrate with one another and see how they can co-create, right? And then with the training platform and everything, well, now there's other tools. So now you don't have to feel alone, even when you're alone. You have an engine that is ethical, adaptive,
Right.
predictive, and advisory. So it learns you and it helps you to become a better version of you. So now you can go and be a better creator.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What do you say to critics and to people who have negative things to say, or if they're saying to you, you know, stay in your lane, you're doing too much? Like, what do you say to those voices? Do they affect you at all?
I don't hear them.
You don't hear them. That's good.
I don't hear those voices. I don't. It's like if somebody's across the street yelling a name, that's not mine. It's like someone, again, being across the street and yelling the name Mike.
Right.
It doesn't bother. I might say, oh, somebody's yelling.
Yeah.
Is everything okay? Oh, but it doesn't apply to me. You're not speaking to me, so I'm going to continue on doing what I'm doing. Because what happens is critique is good. Criticism is good. Critics, I could take them or leave them.
Right.
I understand critique. You have to be able to be critiqued. You have to be coachable. You have to be amiable. You have to be flexible. You have to, all of those things. You have to be able. So yeah, the critics, the naysayers, the limited thinkers, and a lot of they're intimidated most of the time anyway.
Right.
They people like to be able to put you in a box, and as soon as you exist outside that box, that becomes troublesome for people because they don't know how to follow you. They don't know they can't contain you.
Right.
They can't control you. So, and people have tried to say different things like, oh, why don't you just start small? Why don't you start here? Or just limit yourself to this? But that's never been me. So that means that tells me right there that you don't even know me. So your opinion means nothing to me. Because you don't know me.
Right.
Because if you knew me, you would know not to say that to me.
Exactly.
So if you don't, again, a stranger doesn't have to know me, but they can respect you. They can see, oh, this person has something unique. Let them live in their world and breathe in their space and do what they do. Because I don't know them.
Yeah.
To even critique them like that. I don't know their skills. I don't know their capabilities. I don't tell people they can't do something.
Right.
Problem with me a lot of time is I believe in people too much. I see greatness in people. I don't care where they are in their life. Okay, I see the greater thing in you. You know, it's not to get, I know it's a Sunday and it's not to get, churchy or nothing like that, but it's like, it's a saying says, you got to remove the plank out your eye. And the plank is the way that you see them. That's your limitation. You should see people how the creator the Most High, God, how sees a person
Sure.
in their total fullness, in their glory, in their perfection. So that's how I try to look at people. All right, because I can look at you how a minimized man will look at someone judgmental with all these negative connotations and things like that. But that's not who that person really is.
Right.
That person's been going through things and dealing with issues, and life's been battling and challenging them. Sure. So that's not who they really are.
Right.
What you see right there. Let me look at you, close my eyes and look at you again now. Okay, so is it the greatness that you have? So that's what I expect when I'm dealing with people.
Right.
To go back to the original question of when people come with their naysaying and their limited thinking, you don't know me.
Right. No, that's so good because, you know, there is that element of, it could be trauma, it could be just growing up, life experiences, things that you've experienced can get in the way of recognizing your full potential. And then when they see someone like you come around that is living in your full potential, and you're constantly reaching and going for the next, I just envision like a mountain climber climbing to the next rock, finding the next open space and going for it and leaping for it, and not being afraid, and being true to yourself, and trying to find that who you really are and what it is that you can do. Because we all have this ability, but our limitations keep people stuck. And then, again, like they see someone like yourself, all these other incredible people doing incredible things, and either their first instinct is to be afraid and say, well, how they can't do it. Why do who do they think they are? Right. And really that's not anything on you, that's on them. That's how they see themselves.
Right.
And, because we could talk for days about why people, come into these, thoughts and stuff. But I think it really does boil down to their own fears and their own limitations and imposing them on others.
Absolutely. And I'll say this real quick, and then I know you probably have another question. But it's like the old saying, you got to leave your hometown sometimes, even, because especially when you are ascending, because those are the worst people. Because they grew up under the same conditions you did, same resources, same network, same everything, same school systems, same neighborhoods and communities. How did you do that? But forget how did you do that. Why was I unable to do it? That becomes the issue for them, like you were just saying. Yeah. It's them. Why did I not figure this out too? What's wrong with me?
Right. So they just redirect all of that back on themselves, and then they project. A lot of projecting comes about, and then crabs in a barrel, they try to pull you back down, say things to you to make you either doubt yourself or, shrink.
Exactly.
In my case, I've had to do that. What advice do you give to people who are like you, younger people, or even people older than you? I mean, because you can achieve what you want to at any point in your life. There's no age limit. What do you say to people who want to do something and they have a vision, but they're too afraid to go after it?
It's hard. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's hard for me to answer that because I've never been afraid. So I don't even know what it feels like to be afraid. But I will say this: don't be afraid to pivot. I've had to take pivots in my life. And completely go another direction, even because that's hard. Because you spend time, you spend energy, resources, everything, and you think you're going about the right way, and realize, shoot, I got to go another direction. That's hard a lot of times because it means that into yourself, it could mean that all the decisions I've made was wrong. but you can't be afraid to feel like that. That's what I would say. Take the chance, go. It doesn't matter the age. I'm only short way from 50 years old, and I'm still making pivots.
Yeah.
I'm still doing things that I never even knew I could do, but I'm not afraid to do it. I'm not afraid to look silly. I'm not afraid to, I used to have imposter syndrome sometimes because you can feel like that when you're in a space that you're not even well versed in, or you don't have the history or the education, the academia behind it, or the credentials. But none of that matters. I don't feel imposter syndrome anymore.
Good. Yeah.
When you start and you have to evolve to that place.
Yeah.
Evolve. That's what I would say. Open yourself up for the evolution of you. That's what's going to take you into the next phase. Surround yourself with people, not yes people that is going to yes you to death, but people that believe, people that's going to ride hard with you. That's going to, you know what? I support you. Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
Get with those people. Let's figure it out. Not, how are we going to do this? No, how are we going to do this? Two different ways of interpreting that same line. Get with the people that's going to say, how are we going to do this?
Right. Find your tribe.
Find your tribe.
Exactly. Wow. I mean, this is incredible. I mean, this is what, you and I have these conversations often, and we're always building, usually in the more creative side of the industry. We talk about producing and creating and what can we do next? What's the next project?
Right.
And I feel like we're aligned in that. And I agree, for people out there that are hesitant to step into their true power, find those people around you, because there are people out there, and it's like, find those people that resonate with you, that want to build, that want to grow, and separate yourself from the crabs.
You do.
There are crabs in the barrel.
You do. And you got to separate. Sometimes it's going to blow your mind. It's going to be hurtful, because the crabs may be closer than you think. It may be a family member, relative, it may be, significant. It could be anybody.
Yeah.
It could be the crab. And you just have to learn how to, sometimes you gotta put the crab in the hot water. She doesn't realize it's in the hot water until it's too late.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the separation. Well, I'm gonna leave you right here. I love you.
Yeah.
But I got to do what I got to do.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're accountable for you. You can't be accountable for everybody else.
Right.
And you just got to take care. People may say it sounds selfish, but the self is a very powerful thing. And in order to self-improve and to have self-esteem, you have to tend to the self.
Right.
You can't.
You have to be a little selfish.
You have to be a little selfish.
Because it's only you and your body living your life. Like, people come and go, and you got to stay true to yourself. Yeah.
Exactly. And ask yourself, by me improving and getting better, who all gets the benefit from that? Now you start to move in purpose of self. So now it's not just this isolated island of, it's all about me. No, it's not. It's all about us. Right. But I know my role in us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well said. That's great. So, for those that are listening and watching, where can people find your work? How can they follow you? How can they support your journey?
Julian Brittano. That's it. And you can go to theRookHotels.com. You can go to BrittanoGroup.com. You can go to BlockBuildersAcademy.com. You can go to these different things. Just follow me on social media. I'm on pretty much everything, all of the networks and outlets and whatnot. Instagram, X, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, just Julian Brittano.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me. This is so great. This was a wonderful conversation. I really enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we'll get you on the next season.
I'm here for it.
Yay!